New year, who dis? What's going on, everybody? Brendan here. Welcome back to Dad Planet, or if you're new, welcome to Dad Planet for the first time, my little corner on the reselling interwebs. This is the first What Sold on eBay video that I'm doing for 2022. It's January 1st through the 7th. I only do 4 What Sold on eBay videos each month, and I feature the 15 most exciting, largest margin sales that I had from the previous week. So in this video, you're gonna see a couple of pricing mistakes that I made that I'm gonna try to help you avoid in the future if you find these items that I'm about to showcase. And then a return I might have to accept. If I can't help a little old lady out, I'll try my best, no guarantees. Everything else in between, let's get into the bolos. Okay, January 1st through January 7th, almost 2,600 in gross sales, almost 2,000 in net. If you look at my selling costs, 491, only 19%. Killing it. That's fantastic. My average sales price is ridiculous, $60.21. That has to come down. My bread and butter has to sell a little bit faster. I sold 43 items this week. We are about to take a look at the 15 best. Let's go. All right, let's start it off with a pair of Arc'teryx Seeker pants. Now, I found these at the bins, so they were very, very light, very inexpensive. Let's call it maybe $1.50, and I did get full price for them, $99.99. The buyer is $117.80 all in after shipping and tax. Arc'teryx, say it with me, Arc'teryx. I spent a lot of time practicing that before I hit record. Anyway, they're very expensive, great bolo. Keep your eye out for it. It's like a little dead bird, dinosaur, fossil logo. I know there's a story behind it. You have to go to the website to figure that all out, but good sale. Next one. These are the type of bread and butter sales that I absolutely love. There will be no comparables on this. So this is a Black Swamp Bird Observatory, which is somewhere in Ohio, hat. Now, they probably aren't making a ton of these, so yes, you're not going to see any comps on hats like this, but this is the kind of thing where I like to just kind of call my shots, name my price. I thought $30 was fair. I mean, how big is this organization? I don't really know. I don't know exactly what they do. I'm sure it's very important, but the important thing to me is selling this and getting it out of my house. So 30 bucks is what the buyer paid. They're $37.46 all in. I also found this hat at the Goodwill bin. So at 3 ounces, this was probably 50 cents. I just love these bread and butter sales because there's no competition, and I just know someone out there in internet land is going to love this item at some point in time, and it's going to sell. Luckily, this one sold relatively quickly. So now that the market's been set, if you see Black Swamp Bird Observatory something or other in the wild, grab it. You might sell it. Okay, Lego, this should come as no surprise to anyone. Go Brick Me, number 41597. Now, I'll put comps on the screen in a second. This was brand new. I found this at a garage sale for $10. So I am at the top of the market for this price-wise. I got $79.99 for it. The buyer is $94.69 all in. They're usually selling maybe in the $60, $65. You might be able to get $70 for it. That's more likely where this brand new will land. But I was at the absolute top. I waited because I sourced this in the summer, and it did finally sell. So now you know you could probably get $80 for it if you price it like I did, but maybe more aggressively priced, it'll sell a little bit quicker. So this did take a little bit of time to sell. But Lego, again, should be a no-brainer to anyone. This was a good sale. Anytime I see Levi's silver tab, I look them up, partly because I'm stupid and I can't remember half of the things that I researched like the day before, and 2, because it's just a simple force of habit for me. So Levi's silver tab baggy, you'll see baggy on the tag. These are ones that you want to look up, especially the light wash like these. Now, my pictures weren't wonderful, and they did have like a little bit of a stain, a very small faint stain on one of the legs, but that didn't stop this buyer. I got full price for this one as well, $29.99. The buyer is $45.91 all in. And at the bins, this was probably around $2, maybe a little bit over a pound at $1.59, even though they've raised the prices. I paid $1.59 for this before the year increase. So yeah, let's call it $2. But Levi's silver tab baggy especially, and the light wash style, this is a great bolo. So keep your eye out for it, because I feel like a lot of resellers will pass this up and miss this, but once you know, you know. All right, the Ohio State Buckeyes and the Utah Utes just played in one of the most exciting Rose Bowls in Rose Bowl history not too long ago.
Outside shoulder, are you kidding me? And then the concentration.
And sure enough, one of my Ohio State Rose Bowl shirts sold. So this is a ringer style shirt. This is from when they played in the January 1997 Rose Bowl. I can't remember what the outcome of the game was. I know I'm a terrible Buckeye fan. Forgive me. But I had this listed at $39.99 and I did take an offer of $34. So the buyer is $40.55 all in. This cost me $1.99 at a thrift store at some point. I've had it for a while. I had a feeling it might sell around Rose Bowl time, especially with a favorable outcome for the Ohio State Buckeyes, and that's what happened. This thing sold. It's out the door. See you later. If you see Ohio State Rose Bowl stuff, look that up. Ohio State gear sells well nationally. Now, for shirts, I want to just remind you, if you see one of those bowl shirts where it's got both teams on it, those tend to sell really, really slow. On the other hand, if you find a bowl shirt that just has the one team, that makes a lot more sense. Those sell generally quicker than the shirts you see with both helmets, both teams featured on the shirt. Keep that in mind when you're sourcing bowl shirts. Just a nice reseller tip. All right, if you've been following me, you saw that I sold a Bonnie Five Nights at Freddy's plush for $100. Well, I've sold 2 of the Foxies now. This is one of them for $50. I sourced this at a Goodwill for $4.99, and this and the other one both sold for full price, $50. The buyer is $70.81 all in. And if you happen to source this, the price looks like it's gone up. So you might be able to get $60, even $70 for this. It's a 17-inch Jumbo Foxy. That's not including the ears. I think if you include going all the way up to the ears, it's like 21 inches. So they're big, jumbo, and they are in demand. The price is going up. Make sure you look for the Jumbo Five Nights at Freddy's plush, all of them. I still have one left to sell, and I've made $200 on the 3 that I've already sold. So keep your eye out for them. Hot Bolo. All right, this is a Mitchell and Ness throwback Green Bay Packers track jacket. There's a market for these. I liked it when I saw it. I picked it up. I ran some comps. The comps look nice. I ended up taking full price for this, $54.99. The buyer is $68.67 all in. Jackets at this time cost me, I think it was $4.99. Prices have gone up. So if you see it, it's still worth looking up. There are some versions of this jacket that will sell upwards of $200. This was like the mid-range priced one, and I think I was pretty fair with my pricing. I was kind of in line, not like terribly aggressive, but not terribly not overpriced, but just terribly high priced, so somewhere in the middle. And it sold in a decent amount of time. I'm glad it sold during the season because I wouldn't want to wait in the off season. Sometimes it sells a little bit slower, the NFL stuff, when the season's over. So Green Bay is in the playoffs. They are still playing. Relevant sale, good one, and a good bowl to look out for. All right, this is a Salad Master electric frying pan. Guys, I screwed up on this. It's not that I screwed up, it's just I was having a weak moment. So I took an offer of $80 on this when it is probably worth $130 to $150 if I would have waited. But I was waiting long enough for this to sell. Because I do not offer free shipping, what I'm noticing is my listings are getting suppressed in search. This one was no exception. This should have sold a lot faster than it otherwise did. And so somebody came along and placed an $80 offer and I took it. If you source one of these, this is actually the second one that I've sold. The other one I did sell for $150. If you source them, you could probably get $100, $110, $120. If you wait long enough, maybe if you offer free shipping, or if you just get generally better placement in search than I do for whatever reason, just keep that in mind. Salad Master 7256. The buyer is $109.93 all in, and I paid $10 for this at a thrift store. I can't remember which thrift store it was, but it doesn't matter because it's sold and I'm happy. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not done making mistakes. Here's another one that I didn't necessarily need to send an offer out on. So Allen Edmonds, McAllister, Wingtip, Oxfords, these were beautiful shoes. They're obviously very, very well made, and the style and the color are in demand. So I had them priced at $55, which was sort of aggressive. I can almost guarantee that you could get $55, even more if you find them in the condition that I found these ones in, but I took another offer on it. So I sold these ones for $46.74. The buyer is $57.84 all in after shipping and tax. They cost me $4.69 at a thrift store. It's the first of 2 Allen Edmonds that I have recently sold. The other one sold for even more, and you might see those in a future video. But Allen Edmonds, McAllister, look them up. If they're in excellent condition, you could probably get a little bit more than I did. Okay, the keyword we're looking for here is EB650. So this is an Eddie Bauer full-length women's puffer jacket. This is a style that's in demand, and that is the keyword that you want to use. It is a bolo for certain. So I took an offer on this one of $45. It had very, very minor flaws, like very light staining, maybe almost invisible to the naked eye, but of course I see it, and when I see it, I have to disclose it. So I was happy with $45. The buyer is $69.51 all in after shipping and tax. This jacket cost me $6.99 at a Goodwill. Keep your eye out for the full length ones, but even the puffer vests, anything puffer, anything EB650 is like the fill power of the jacket. Look for them at $650 and above, $700. You have a bolo on your hands. This is another really good bolo. These, first of all, these start out at like, I think maybe around $80 or $90 after tax on LL Bean's website. I don't know if they're offering this style, so maybe this is a discontinued or retired style, but they sell a lot of these Sherpa lined like mocks, slip-on mocks. So this is the first of 3 pairs of these that I've sold. I've sold 2 blue pairs and a red pair. This one I got full price for $39.99. The buyer is $50.09 all in. They cost me $4.39, as did the other 2 pairs. And the other 2 pairs I sold both for $34. So this is a really good bolo. And I took really nice pictures, so the colors came out very vibrant. Your pictures matter, so keep that in mind. But if you find these LL Bean Hearthside like slip-on mocks, grab them. They are a great bolo, and they sold really, really quickly, very timely, because we are in the thralls of winter. So keep that in mind. You guys know Gary Vee, you know, the guy that like talks up an industry like it's going to be the next best thing, and then ends up like selling everything on planet Earth to that market that he just creates out of thin air. Yeah, well, this is that Gary Vee. And I like Gary Vee. I like a lot of the things that he has to say, but he has his own line of hoodies. So this is a Gary Vee Mug Life hoodie. It's centered around reselling, right? Going to garage sales and finding things to flip. So, you know, it's kind of like our type of market. And I think out of the last 7 or 8 sales of these hoodies, I'm the only one that had a pre-owned one. So I'm happy to get $30 for this. It did take a longer time to sell. The newer ones will sell upwards of $80 and even more. So I'm cool with the $30. The buyer is $49.77 all in. I think this took me about 6 months to sell. It cost me $4.99. I found this at a thrift store of some sort. I don't know if it was Goodwill or Volunteers of America. But if you see Gary Vee Mug Life hoodies, like, you might want to pick them up, because even though it took me a little while to sell, there is still a market for them. And, you know, he's promoting reselling in general, and, you know, I don't hate that. So can't hate on the guy. Good sale. If you see it, look for it. Star Wars Trapper Keepers are also a bolo, so I will put comps on the screen here eventually. Now, this is the quintessential, my gosh, I'm struggling, case where if you wait long enough, you'll get your price. I sold this one for $30. The buyer is $47.23 all in. It cost me $4 at a garage sale, but there are previous sales of one that was under $20, and I think one that was even under $10. So you don't necessarily have to accept such a low price for your items. If you're just willing to wait, you'll get your price. And by the way, I priced this not because I didn't have comparable sales and I was just shooting for the stars. I did see previous sales of this exact style Trapper Keeper in the price range that I had it listed. So this was a data-driven response for me price-wise. And if you just wait long enough, if you're an inventory builder like me, you'll eventually get your price. So just hold on to it. You know, I should take my own advice, because that Salad Master light, that was still driving me crazy. Keep your eye out for Star Wars Trapper Keepers. They are a bolo. All right, this is a sewing machine attachment. It is a Bernina walking foot. I have no idea what this is. I don't know how to use it. I mean, it looks like a snowmobile to me. And I sold this for full price, $120. The buyer is $132.66 all in, and it only cost me $1.99. But as of about an hour ago, I just got a message from the lovely lady that ordered this, asking if I know how to help her use this. Lady, those aren't the questions I want to get on a Sunday morning. I don't know how to sew. I know how to sell sewing machines. There's a big difference. As much as I want to help you, know ahead of time. So I have a feeling this might get returned, but it is a bolo. Even if it comes back to me, it's still going to sell for full price again, because these are hard to find and they're in demand. So regardless of whether this wonderful human being sends this back to me or not, because she can't figure it out, I'll look up YouTube and see if I can find a video to help her. I don't know. That's the best I can do. It's still going to sell if I get it back. So keep your eye out for these. They're very unassuming. It's a small piece, and it sells for a huge dollar amount, huge margin. And last but not least, Carolina Tar Heels Sports Specialties Vintage Snapback Hat. No brainer right here, full price. I got tons of offers of, you know, like $20, $50, and I just waited, and that price finally came in. Buyer paid $129.99. They're $142.02 all in after shipping and tax. I found this at a Goodwill. It cost me $1.99, and there is a recent comp that sold in the same exact style that I just sold this one for even more money. So if you find it, you might be able to price this in the $150 to $200 range. This market is still scorching hot. I did a video on sports specialties. I'll link it in the description. It is still relevant, even however long ago it was that I recorded the video later. So keep that in mind. But yeah, 15 more bolos in the books. I hope you enjoyed each and every one of them. All right, how's everybody's sales going so far? Are you slow so far this January? What's 2022 look like so far the first couple of weeks in? My sales have been pretty steady overall. We'll do another What's Sold on eBay video for the second week here coming up in a little bit. But if you liked what you saw or you learned something, please hit that like button and then consider becoming a member of the Dad Planet family by hitting the subscribe button and then the bell notification icon. Totally free for you. You will not get inundated with ads and it helps me considerably. But that's it. That's all I got for you. I hope you liked it. I hope you learned something and you go out into the wild and find these items yourself. But that's it. That's all I got for you. Brendan here, Dad Planet signing off, and I'll see you in the next video.